Hey you, let's share a date. A sweet, sensual date. I warn you, it might be a little sticky. Like some other dates you've had, it might be a little dry, but that's only because excess moisture is driven off by the date's high concentration of sugar. This is a wrinkly stage of ripeness called tamar, and it happens on the date palm tree, so it's not dried out like a raisin. These things have been traded and grown since at least ancient Mesopotamia. They also grow in the Coachella Valley these days. And I love them for their natural-born sweetness and decadent caramel-like flavor and texture. So how do you secure dates? Well, I grab most of mine at the grocery store. Everyone's got a type, but two are widely available. The slender, firmer Deglet Nors, which are the kind of dates I like to stuff. Today, though, we will mainly focus on the plump, robust medjool dates. Let's talk smoothies. This is a great start if you're date curious, because you could just try adding one or two to your favorite, or into a lean green, that way it actually tastes good. Or try this. Alright, make sure you whip those pits out because things are about to get Dutched up. I'm talking about the kind of cocoa powder that's processed to be more mellow, really pretty, and much more chocolatey. A pinch of salt's going to help enhance that, yes, really. Run it now. You're going to notice it's a little pasty. The drink, that just helps work the date smooth, but now we can loosen it up with you know tahini. It's basically sesame seed butter and historically a great date mate, though you could swap it with any nut butter or just an extra splash of liquid before you lit it up, crunch it up, and serve. I love this because it is so delicious and also really customizable. You know, on special evenings I like to swap the coffee for a little Kahlua. Pre-game delicacy. If you want something even more simple and date forward, try pitting and splitting as many as you want and smearing each half with peanut butter. Lightly dust with cocoa powder, don't cinnamon challenge yourself. You can maybe finish with some crushed nuts, in my case definitely some flaky salt. Pretty, pleasing, no refined sugar, nutritious, cheaper and quicker than crumble. All the points go to Panchamon. I mean, no wonder these things were mentioned in the Bible over 50 times and are a popular way to break your fast during Ramadan. Having a date is pious. And hey, speaking of break fast, I want a waffle. Not from any old house, but a home. I'm gonna blend this up to make oat flour for a light toothsome texture that gluten just can't do. Just make sure you give it time to cool down or it'll get all clumpy like this. Might as well use this blender to mix in. Over here we got our wet stuff, including buttermilk for twang. And instead of butter for liquid fat, gonna use some of that tahini. It's fatty and viscous, so we can whip it for a nice light texture. It'll be a little weird and clumpy at first, but just keep drizzling slowly and whisk constantly. Very nice. Now we can add could've used a bigger bowl, but that's okay. I use brown sugar and a scrummy nod to sticky toffee pudding. Just whisk it proper now, then we'll get to our chunky bits. Now for longevity, you should cold store your dates, but if you're gonna pit and thinly slice them, which is the texture I like, it's much easier if you bring them to room temperature to defirm them first. Although overmixing won't develop tough gluten, I still like to mix the wet and dry and chunky till it's just a little lumpy, and then I'm gonna plug in the waffle iron, which will give it time to heat up, and for this to fully hydrate and balance out. which is what baking's all about. When beaten in a batter, positively charged acids and negatively charged bases get mixed up and neutralized, giving off CO2 gas as a byproduct. This gas expands with steam as direct heat beams. We get a fluffy interior, crusty exterior to our treat. It's pretty neat, like a starchy explosion photographed by heat that you get to eat. Now, I hate cleaning up grease, so bring down the anti-cleanup curtain. Very nice. Even if this batter wasn't extra date sticky, that spraying of fat helps promote browning. My, don't those look good? That's a pretty one. But me, I'm kind of a freak. I like to slather on some butter, a big glug of maple, and a drizzle of tahini. Then I add some feta, fold it up, and eat it like a sandwich, and really get up in there. What can I say? I like to escalate things with my dates. You think you can handle that? Well, then try this. Maybe you could saute some kale with a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, garlic, chili flake. Glaze it with a little lemon juice and honey, maybe some sherry. Then you could finish it off with some runny blue cheese, some chopped roasted bacon, and chopped pitted dates. Now is the time for those nice and firm deglet nors. Their texture is perfect for this, and that's a delightfully devilish dish. But I suppose only those who have ears to hear it will hear it. You want a date?
Excuse me?
Try one of these. I wish to serenade you now. Hand strainer I hold, like a gleaming trophy proud. Gracious, you never leave solutions unfound. Sifting my flour as I roll dough, or to powder my pastry, or to dust cocoa. I owe my guest delight to Dan the hand strainer, he made the night. And in the morning time I crave the beans. You filter the grounds or strain the tea. I savor it down, each sip ode to thee. Hence this ode to thee. Fat flakes of seasoning by friction upon holy bowl become a light sprinkling like a flavorful converted soul. Like a glistening smile shine your red bins. Dan hand strainers, silver streak has no end. An investment worthwhile, worthy to admire, so versatile. All the groceries you handle simply pass through. Everything changes, yet remaining is you. Joyous am I, realizing true, Dan, there's so much you can do.
Food's good though.